All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get right into talking about the class item. Now, for those who have seen my video, get them and use them, this is going to be almost a follow-up to that video. So, in order to get the class item, you need to do dual destiny. Now, there's a lot of things that go into doing dual destiny. It's quite a long process. If you already got it, kudos. So, this is the part of the video that may interest you if you already have it. But if you don't do dual destiny, there's plenty of guides out there on how to do dual destiny. Go do dual destiny, get the class item as part of prismatic. When you get the class item, you're gonna only be able to use it with prismatic. You may be able to equip it with another class, but you can only use the traits with prismatic. That's what it's for. It's for you to double dip like prismatic. So, what is the class item about? Class item has a top stat, has a bottom stat, has a little bit of something and a little bit of something else. Okay? So, now, in order for you to target what you want it to what you want it to do, you need to go to ghost. Not this ghost. You have to go to ghost on the pale heart. So, once you've done dual destiny, say that 10 times fast. Once you've done dual destiny, you will get attunement in ghost. Why is this important? So, there's only a finite amount of combinations that it can get. If you're out there theory crafting that you can put Memori on with Caliban's hand, and you would throw out Memori, it would hit, get a Caliban hand explosion, pull a tangle back to you, and something like that. You're not able to do that, right? Well, you got throwing knives anyway. You don't have a proximity knife, but that's not the point. You you can't have what ain't here. Now there's some apps or some things online that shows you some of the best combinations. At first glance, at first glance, none of this stuff seems appealing. It doesn't. You'd be like, I only see maybe one or two good combinations. Listen. The only limitation here, there are some roles that are better than others. I'm not doubting that. But what I'm saying is that you are only limited by your imagination. It's not endless. You get what I'm trying to say, right? That finishers and power melee blows grant invisibility. Now, you may want to improve melee damage when you're surrounded. If you're getting a finisher and more than likely you're going to be surrounded with today's enemies, with as many ads out there, this may be a good combination. Not saying it's a good combination. Not saying it's a good combination, but what I'm saying is you got to start thinking more outside the box than normal. And exotic usually tells you what it's doing, how it's doing it, and what benefits you get from it. Boom. But with the exotic class item, you got to think just a little bit more than that. What are you trying to achieve? Now, this is important, right? We're already 4 minutes in because Zur sells the exotic class item. All right, sorry about that. Zur sells the exotic class item. Now, if you have the strange coins, you go to Ghost first. You have the strange coins, and then you go to Zur to go do your buys. Zur will be selling what you attuned. Okay? So, what I want is powered melee, final blows, trigger, and ignition. I want to make solar somewhat usable. I want this Spirit of Caliban. And then it's gonna come with one of these. Whatever one of these is. If I want it completely randomly rolled by from Xur, which you're probably doing because you haven't attuned that ghost, so you're randomly buying, hoping to get what you want. You can only see if I do acquire, it's going to change. It's going to change. You can only attune one. Everything else is random. If you go over to Xur, you're going to get what you start off with, and then it's going to come with one of these. All right. So let's go take a look at Xur. All right, so now we're over here at Xur, and this is going to work because I only have one purchase to make from Xur. So the one that I got now is Spirit of Galanor, Spirit of Verity. I had a tune for Caliban's hand, basically, to be on there. Spirit of Caliban, I think is what it is. So I'm attuned that ghost. I come over to Xur. I purchase it with the 41 strange coins. I get it. Xur's amazed. I'm amazed. Everyone's amazed that this worked out. And I have Spirit of Caliban with Spirit of Wormhuts. Is that good? By the way that I play Hunter, yeah, it's fine. Do I wish that I had Proximity Knife? I do. I don't really like fan blades. But anyway, Spirit of Caliban, and when I dodge, I'm going to get my melee back. I'm going to get a little bit of healing because I like to dodge and get the melee back. And then my melee final blows will trigger an ignition. That'll give me some little bit with survivability on a prismatic combination. So, do Dual Destiny. Dual Destiny is going to be located in the Pale Heart. So, I can never figure out how to get to the world tab. It's easy to get to the world tab. And then it'll be located here. Dual Destiny must be played with two people. One rocking light, one rocking dark, or both prismatic. But I suggest do what Rick Hawkins says in his video. Someone pick light, someone pick dark, so you have dedicated roles throughout the whole thing. And everyone knows what they're doing because you're going to have to be on point for Dual Destiny. On point. You get a certain amount of time to do it. You have to do all these things. You got to call out numbers. You got to look at a thing like a clock. You got to be thinking. You got to be snappy. I would snap my fingers, but I don't want it to be too loud in the video. So, how do you unlock Dual Destiny? You're going to have to go to, this is a brief summary. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Go to each one. And you're not going to like this. Go to each zone. Do Overthrow up to Overthrow 4. Complete it. Now, do not, all right, we're 2 minutes in. Do not do a match made Overthrow. I didn't know you could, but I guess like somewhere on this map there is like a what's it called? There's matchmaking for Overthrow. Here it is. I bumped into it. I never knew this was the thing. I never knew. But my buddy was doing match-made overthrows and he wasn't getting the witch that he needed. Because you beat the whole zone. There's supposed to be a witch that spawns, a Lucent Hive witch, I think. A Lucent Hive witch. And you beat that lady, and you do that in all these zones. The blooming, the landing, the blooming, and the impasse. You're going to do it in all those. So it's 3 full-blown overthrows in your own world. Can't stress that enough. In your own world. I don't know how long he was doing these match-made overthrows for, but don't do that. For some reason, it messes up. If it worked for you, kudos. It didn't work for him. We had to do the whole thing from scratch. 2-manned it, knocked it out, Real easy peasy, lemon squeezy, barely an inconvenience. So the landing, the blooming, and the impasse. Knock those things out, right? Kill those witches, and then the secret will be unlocked for you to go do dual destiny. It's not that hard. But if you spent a lot of time here, you're not gonna like coming back here to do that. There's so many things here. But anyway, I digress. In order to get this dual destiny thing done, we need more people playing dual destiny because a lot of people already done it and they're not doing it no more. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Kind of. Especially if you got to do it on all three characters. Nobody really wants to go through it again. Again, it's snappy. So hopefully this video helped you out on doing that, on getting the roles that you want. Look up online for the God role of what the God role is going to be. But in my opinion, a God role is what's good for you with the combinations, right? With the multitude of combinations that you can do on these class items. Some things are better than others. Some things fit a very unique and niche play style. So, like, I think there's one thing Astrocross use all the time. Looks cool, pretty cool. I think it's Spirit of Dranger's Lash. He lets out his Dranger's Lash. It lets out 3 shock waves, and then there's like Spirit of the Horn, and then it lets out 3 fire waves. They come around, they scorch the enemy, so it's very cheesy, but it looks very fun. So, like, share, and subscribe. I have other videos on the channel. I have the Mangumson Plays channel. I also have a cooking channel and a podcast channel. Hopefully coming online sometime in the next 2 months, like a dedicated podcast channel. If you want to join my Discord, the Discord is or could be linked in the description below. Who knows? I may have forgotten. But anyway, get in where you fit in. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.